doing? Welcome to my channel. My name is Julian, and this is my channel, South JR. What I do here is I show you a building, a model, and then I show you how to do it. In this case, I have a cafe. The cafe is called Rolling Shore. It's a building and a small little patio on the side. I'll show you how to do everything, okay? Okay, let's start. Let's see. The first thing you do is always work with poster board and foam core. You glue them together so it can be strong. The poster board is so you could draw whatever you want on it, and it's perfect, including the sidewalk, everything, and it works pretty good. After you put it together, and then you start drawing what you want, which is the layout of the building. This is the building right here, the cafe. I have a side entrance and a main entrance right here. And then of course I have the patio right here. And this right here is some fountains that I made. Little extra fountains which are right in here. As you can see them, they're right in there. After you get what you want in terms of the building layout, you start measuring the lines for the sidewalk. What you do is you're going to put, what I did, I put a quarter, every quarter a little dot all the way across on both sides, and then I connect them on the side of the building. When you connect them, this is what you get. After you do that, you do the opposite. You do this right here, for the lines going down, all the way down, and that's how you connect them, and that's how you get your sidewalk. And you do this before you put your walls, okay? And once you do that, this is what you should get. Right there, my building, my patio. I open the pieces for my fountain, and my sidewalk is already there. This is what you should get before you put the walls in. Once you do this, and you start making the walls, you just measure how big the lines are, and you just cut the pieces that size, okay? So this is these are my, let me show you the way I have the walls right here. So for the walls, I get this a light cream color poster board. Once you do that, you figure out where you want the windows at. For instance, this right here, I'm going to make this wall right here, the side wall right here, for you guys, okay? I'll show you how I did that. And that applies to all the walls around. I'm going to make one wall for you guys. So first of all, this right here, this is called cardboard stock paper, which is this right here. It's just light paper, and it's perfect for this these type of projects. You get them anywhere. This is the gray one, but I use a different color for the building. So I cut the piece, and look at this right here, goes right about here. See, it lines perfect with the wall right here is supposed to go here. So that's my piece right there. After that, I figure out where I want the windows, or how many windows I want, and this is what I get right here. This is what I want, 2 windows, which is these 2 right here. Okay. Exactly that. See? After that, I'm gonna cut the little squares, and this is what I get. There's my piece right there. And after that, I'm also going to cut now. The inside is also going to go with a piece of foam cord to make it strong. So this is going to be right about here like this, together. We're going to glue them, but not now. After my foam cord is done, I'll do the same thing. I'm going to get this piece, and with this piece right here, I'm going to outline my windows on the foam cord. I should have that. Once I have that, I'm gonna get a piece of this right here. This material is the material that we use to tint the car windows. This is tint, okay? Any auto store has them. this way by me. This is perfect because I put it here and I glue it right about there. And that right there is that tint right there is my window. Look it. See? There's my window. So once I have this, I glue it. Once I glue the tint, that's how it should look. Once I have that here, and then I glue my other piece together. Once I glue that, this is what I have. There's my window. There's my whole entire wall ready. And if I put it here, look, see? There it is. Once I do this one here has lines to divide the walls, the whole entire wall, to make it to put more detail on it. So for that, I make lines right about here, just to separate to make it not just a solid wall, but to make it different. And once I do that, I cut little pieces, the same material here, about maybe 1/8, and glue them right there. And that's how I made this wall. And that applies to all the walls in the building. So there it is. So if you look at it, it's the same thing. See? The same thing. There it is. So that's how I made the walls, okay? Now, let's go on to the signs. I have 2 signs. One going up and one sideways, okay? So for that, the same material I use, this right here. Same material for that. The cardstock paper, which is this right here. That's the same material, only this is this is gray. I have 4 colors here. I have them there. Little squares. I have 3 for each. Now, these 2 right here together. These 2 are for this sign right here, which is you have words here and words over here. After you do that, I'm going to put the lettering. And for the lettering, for instance, if I have one of these, I use the first one, which is rose, right here. I put it in pencil, and then I trace it and put it in pen. After I do that, there it is. I put a little piece of 1/8 around. I cut little pieces of the same material and put it around all the sides to make it like a little box. Once I do that, I connect both of them together. I glue them together, and there's my sign. Once I glue them, and I can put it up here. That's for that. That's what for that one. And for this one, it's different. For this one, is all I need is just one, because in the back, something in the back there. So for this one, it's the same thing. I'm going to make my letters. I'm going to put an extra piece of poster board to make it strong. Once I do that, I color it, which is kind of grayish back here. And that's how I do my signs for this one here. So 2 different ways of doing it. It's all the same thing, but just different because of the where they're at. Now, let's go to the patio. These right here are wrapping paper. That's what it is. Different colors. So you also get in the art supply store, they have them. I have 2 pieces here. I have a yellow one and a blue one. So the way this works is, let me show you what I did here. The first thing I do is I put a layout on top of right here, on the top of this right here, to know exactly the size. I cut a piece of poster board, and here I draw whatever I'm going to draw. And I know exactly that this is the same size as this. So I'm going to have the same thing. So I make these little, somewhat triangles, and cut them. You cut each one. Once you do that, this is what you get. You're going to cut 12 pieces. One for the top, one for the bottom. Once you have that, you're going to put in the bottom, you're going to put the color plastic on top. You're going to glue them together, and then you're going to cut this right here, the outline. Once you do that, this is what you get. Once you have that, you start gluing it on the building all the way across. You cross each one of them, just like the way it is here. And for that, I have here some little poles. They call them dowels. This right here. Also in the art supply stores, they have them. This right here is to hold the top here, which is right about here. I have 6 of them, all the way across right there. And that's how I hold the top there. And for the last thing I do on top of that is I put I cross little lines, little pieces, almost like a ladder. And that's what I do is this right here. I glue them right here like this. Cut extra pieces just for that. And then you cut smaller ones like a ladder. You put them like this. You glue them on. You're going to glue them like maybe half an inch all the way across, which is the way it is right here. Once I do that, and then I put the landscape up there, which is this right here. Look at. I don't know what they call it moss, and you know, art supply stores have them. That's what I use for that. Cut little pieces and just glue them up there. And that's why I made my patio with something different. And as for the tables and chairs in there, this is the way I did that. Right here. It's these are the tables. It's a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. I cut them, each one, and then I glue a little rod in the bottom. See that? A little metal rod, which is here. They also sell them in the stores right here. I have one here. I have a package here, a little pack here that has a lot of them. So I cut them probably about maybe 1/2 inch, and I glue in the bottom. And once I glue it, I put the table wherever I want it, and there it is, which is the tables inside right there. And what's when I believe I have 36 tables in there, which is this right here. So each one I cut, and then I put the little rod in the bottom. That's the tables. And for the chairs, same thing. For the chairs, it will be twice as much. I cut them. I cut the piece right here for you. You can see right there. Cut that piece. Once you cut that, you fold it in half. You fold it in half, and there is your chair. The same thing. Cut a small little piece of rod and put it in the bottom, probably about 1/8, maybe smaller, and there it is right there. See? There's the chair. After it dries, you put it right under the table. So put the table first, and then you put the chair. That way you know exactly the chair will be right in front of the table. That's how I made my tables and chairs. So let's move on now to the brick wall. On the brick wall, this is what I did. You start with a piece of again you measure it. You measure it, and that's how. It's about maybe 5/8. A piece of poster board. Once you get that piece of poster board, you measure it. You put lines here about 1/8 on both sides, from the top to the bottom. After you do that, you connect the lines. You connect them. There it is, connected. After the connection, you trace them with a pen, and then you put little dots about 1/4 apart, top and bottom. After you do that, you're going to connect those dots, but you're going to skip every other one. And there it is right there. They're all connected. Every other line. After that, you do the opposite. Now you're going to do dots on the ones that are not connected. After you do that, you do the same thing. You connect dots, but you're going to go like in the center of every other of every other line that's already there. Once you do that, you connect those, and after you connect those, this is what you have. You have a brick wall. Once you have that brick wall, you color any way you want. That one is red, so you get a red color pencil and just color it. See? And there is your brick wall. See? And that was pretty easy. There's your brick wall, and that's the brick wall. And as for the roof, once you have this, I was gonna tell you too. Once you have the floor right here, everything ready, you're going to turn it around, and you're going to glue the blue right here. You're going to put 2 pieces of blue, a blue plastic here, a wrap. I believe it's called a wrap. After you do that, you glue it here, and after you do that, you put a piece of a foam cord on the poster board to secure it, like I did right here. And that's for all 3 of them. You get a big long piece, for instance, like this, and do all 3 of them together, or you could do just one by one. I did one by one, but you could do all of them together at one time and just secure it with a poster board. And as for the end, so I made that little sample here for you. That's how it should be once you have your walls up. This is the way it should look. Of course, you're gonna have your actual walls when you glue them. See? And after that, the last thing you do is you're going to put your roof. The same thing. You're going to put a piece of foam cord. You're going to cut it exactly the same size all the way across, like a little box. And then you're going to put another piece of foam cord right on top of it. And there's your roof. And then you can cut a little piece of 1/8 strip of poster board to go all the way around for the top of the roof. See, all the way around, which is what I did. And that's how I made this cafe. So the Road and Troy Cafe was easy and it was fun, and that's how I made it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you in the next video. Thank you very much.